Zelfs langer. Hij is pas rond 1 uur thuis.
Between Y7000 and Y6000.
Fuck him!
Lima 4 to Marcy Morningstar.
For Marcy,
What's your 20?
I'm on the first floor of MRPD.
10-4.
You said Y1000, Y8000?
Between
Okay.
Y6000 and Y7000, they.
Right here is fine. Let me get a yellow. So sorry. I was gonna say. So the 2-week mark, I was talking about. Remember how at one point in time we did hours, and John Smith brought it up last week, and honestly, we didn't know, so we just did it as the 1-week mark. But there was times back when we first started Promotion Day that we were like, okay, this is the 2-week one where we look through everything and stuff like that. But I don't think we're doing the 2-week mark no more, right? Like every 2
No,
weeks,
because
we look at every
now,
single
yeah, we
thing.
did it every.
It was something I forgot because we did it only twice and then we stopped doing it.
Yeah, so the thing is, we first did it every 2 weeks, right? And that's why we went back 2 weeks. But then Billy Bronson said, you guys need to check it every week. So basically, we do promotion day each week equally in terms of effort. But keep in mind, once the power hub is done that I'm making, we will not need to do anything of this except for checking reports because everything will be automatic.
W. Heck yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for John Smith to be in later. If he's not in by 5 p.m. CST, which is 5 hours from now, then I'll just do all the hours myself.
Honestly, it's all very easy to do on your own.
Oh, most definitely. I just see, when I did with John last week, I liked it because we would look at people and say this, for example, Limo 78. Oh, wow, they used to be active, but now they only did this many hours this time. You know, we would conversate and say our opinions on officers we're doing hours for. Which I believe was I don't know. Sorry, I'm looking at the roster right now. Apparently, Chicago Guzman, there's an issue with him. I don't know. But yeah, just looking at just hearing our opinions and everything while we did ours. That's why I like doing it with him. That's why I was happy that he wanted to do it again this week together.
I probably need you. Because come follow me.
All right, hold on. For some reason,
Oh, you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know if you're the right person actually, but I'm gonna inform you either way. I am about to fire Eliard.
Okay. She's in city right now. I do not want to be part of the fire process because
Yeah, I actually figured
believe-
the moment that I said it that it's not a smart idea to have you. I'm now gathering all the
Yeah,
evidence of why she will be fired.
may I know why? I won't break the news to her or anything.
Oh well, I'm
Okay.
gonna do this after we talk to each other. Well, there was that whole cadet situation yesterday. Obviously, that is not the whole big thing, but she basically killed 3 civilians that did a heist for them talking in a stupid way. Like, obviously, what they did is Bible rule breaking,
Oh.
but she still killed them.
Yeah, Coleon released an announcement about 2 months ago or less that any more hate speech and stuff like that, we don't kill them. Like, it was because there was an incident where Emma Parker got called the H word,
Mm-hmm.
or it was either the H word or the W word. I forgot which one. And a different officer killed that suspect because of it. And from there on, they made it where any more hate speech and stuff like that for the Bible hate speech, we don't kill people for it.
Yeah, I talked to him before I made this decision. Well, he wants. So here's the story. Corleone wants her to be suspended for 2 weeks. Wilson said, "No, fire her. We need to end this. She can come back in 2 weeks and reapply and shit, and then we see how that goes. But we need to draw a line." And I agree. It should have happened sooner. And
Yes,
she is on a strike at the moment already for the same thing. So
Yeah, I do want to say, yesterday, you know how there's a tsunami coming up in 3 hours?
uh-huh.
Well, the same tsunami yesterday, I had to leave and go grocery shopping, so I couldn't do the cadets final eval, and I entrusted Allie with the cadets final eval, and I just feel bad because of what happened with her final eval. Obviously, she got the final eval redone, and I did look at the new final eval, and it's much more realistic compared to just filling out everything of fives.
Wait, what new eval?
So you know Missy, the
Uh-huh.
person that emailed you,
Uh-huh.
that was the cadet that.
No. I
Allie did
mean,
the
you
final-
said something about a new eval. It's like a new eval, or what do you mean?
No,
Oh,
like she redid the eval.
oh, like that. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
and I won't lie, I have it open in my second eyes right now, and it's much more realistic grading compared to the other one. And there's much more notes about the final eval. Like Missy did well during her training. She took initiative multiple times, go to officer downs and shots fired. She processed 2 suspects during that right along and did great both times. She will need help on big scenes like turf wars or heists, but she is quick to learn and correct based on feedback. She will not be upset or offended when corrected. For being a probation officer, her reports are amazing, and she was able to write most of her first report without any help. She will make a good officer once she gets more reputation and scenes in. Like the Lucy did Missy's second final. We'll say second final eval instead of new final eval. Lucy did Missy's second final eval, and it was way better and more realistic and everything. When I say more realistic, I mean like actually put effort into the final eval. Like I gave Allie the cadet with less than 2 hours before tsunami. I had to fly out because I had to go grocery shopping and everything. But the Allie just did not put enough police etiquettes into the final eval. She didn't do her police.
Yeah,
I feel bad because I entrusted Allie with Missy. I thought Allie would do good and everything with Missy.
Yeah, it's bad. We need to drive the line here. It's just so many things that now again, and she is still on the strike. I think I found the message that you mean. Is it the one about professionalism?
Oh yes, professionalism. It's the thing. So, like, I hate to say it, I really do, because anything I say now is also biased because we're no longer together. But there's no professionalism at times. But I don't want to be a part of the firing. I don't.
No, I'm probably gonna do this myself.
Yeah.
I'm I'm just
It's
getting
just-
all the evidence now so that I can go over it with her.
Yeah, because beforehand, anything I said would have been biased, and now anything I also say will be biased because we're.
Oh, was it the message where it says, from this day forward, LSPD is moving in a stricter direction, enough of the bullshit, he was breaking the rules, so I killed him.
Hold on.
I mean, I see multiple clear messages about this, honestly, so... Yeah, I see so many messages about this that I have enough now. Okay.
The announcement was from a while back now. It was
Yeah.
from when Sanders was still in control of Gang Unit. It was during
Gotcha.
that time period.
Well, I found a couple of messages that are announcements that are basically covering this. Okay. Well, goodbye.
Alrighty. I wish you best of luck. Like I said, I don't want to get involved.
Yeah, understandable. Lima 4 to Ali Hart.
Yago 4?
Can I get you at the captain's office?
Shit.
So much trouble.
They call me out like that. You see what happens? Now they're all thinking I'm getting fired again.
Thank you for taking her back to the office. She's driving very crazy.
Lima 13 back 10A from Head Pop.
This is Sam.
Yeah, what's up?
It is something I really wanted to discuss to you about.
21 to Van. I'm still getting
What
your
did you say?
pings at MRPD.
I'm talking to Mr. Sam Flipendo right now.
Oh, what did you say?
Mr. Sam. Mr. Sam Flipendo.
Yeah, what's up?
I don't know why I'm not getting ranked up because I've just watched.
You ranked up. You don't rank up because of the whole. That I even need to say this to you, my friend. You just got suspended. You first need to prove us what you reward. Then you will be ranked up.
And then I just watched two people who I've been in this MRPD before them. I just watched them right now. They're in corporal. I'm still just an
Yeah,
officer.
but that's because the suspension. You cannot expect
no.
that you just got suspended and then you get a promotion. That's not how life
Right.
works. You first need to show us what you can do, that you don't do the same mistakes over and over again, and then we will promote you. And I know it sucks, but it is what it is, man. Show us what you're worth. I know that you can do
Yeah.
it. Just show it to us.
Yeah, it sucks because I mean, you know what? At this point, I'm just so tired. I'm so done. Trust me.
Meet me after this. I need to do this, and then we will talk. Okay? Do you hear me? Wait, are you? Oh, you're muted.
I would help, but I have the fucking garage menu scuff right now. Hard to open doors.
Okay, I brought you here for a couple of things, and this is a serious talk, just so that you know.
Oh boy.
First off, you had a talk yesterday with John Smith, right? About the whole cadet situation?
I did.
Okay, tell me what happened there.
I actually have a body cam, I think. I was explaining it to him that, you know, I train people differently, and should I have done it a little bit better with following the other boxes? Maybe, but I mean, it's all the process of learning, just like I did. Everybody else did.
Okay.
Kind of the gist of it.
Which I will talk to John Smith about it because I don't want to keep going in circles about the same thing. He will just relay what you guys discussed it. But honestly, this
Yeah,
is not the main thing. Let me show you what it is.
what's the main thing?
I'm just gonna show you. I think that's the best way to do this.
What is it? Oh yeah, that's right. I forget there's a TV in here.
Oh.
Shit, I can't see. Did it happen yesterday?
Should have happened a couple of days ago. I just got it.
It didn't play.
It should be playing now.
Nope, it's freeze framed. It's not playing.
I hate this TV.
You just send me the thing and I can watch it with you?
Yeah,
Brady
let's
Williamson.
let's just hop in. Let's go into high command.
I'm zooming in so I can read it.
Let's go to high command. Like in the high command channel, I will drag you and then I can show you.
Ooh, that's heavily freeze framed. I can't see it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna show you here. Let me share my audio. If I figure out how.
Let me go and push the thought because.
Do you hear my? You hear my audio?
Hold on. I should be able to now.
It's like music that you hear now. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is a fucking ages ago.
10 days ago, I
I
believe.
body cam of this. I body cam of this. These two called me trannies. These two actually had gotten a warning by the bigger up people, as well as Khan was standing right there. They both called me trannies.
Yep, but the issue is we also had a lot of announcements. Let me show you. I believe it's this one. I will put it on the screen until you read it. This is from a while ago.
So I did that in front of Khan, and I had asked him if he heard that, and he said yes.
Aw,
so
come here, Caesar.
the fact was that they kept calling me Chinese and saying things with slash mean, which they got 100% punished for. Now, yes, I talked to Khan after the fact, stating that I shouldn't have shot them, but he was like, but they were saying things that were outlandish and that shouldn't be said. So I think I actually have a body cam of this where they were going, constantly calling me a trainee and stuff like that, all the way to the time where we went to take him to jail. I sat there constantly trying to get in contact with Torres because he was in city, but he was dealing with some things. I sent him body cam of what they were saying, of what they were doing. Yes, I even told Khan that I probably shouldn't have shot them, but he even agreed that what they were saying over talking and slash meaning was a very big no-no.
Yes, but you also understand, because I'm just gonna give you
Yes,
some
I
insight.
100%.
I'm gonna give you some insight. I talked with Filson and Corleone before this talk, and Corleone's his literal words are, wait, let me go back. His first response is that you should send that clip. And I agree on that. But the second part that he says is, while we are police, we aren't angels. Thus we must treat this as a cop getting offended and then killing her suspects.
Yeah, and I like I said, I talked to Khan about it, and I do take accountability for flatting them. I just didn't want to keep getting called a tranny. I apologize for that. I was getting called it multiple times. They were saying some pretty outlandish stuff. Like, I mean, if I go ahead and screen share real quick, hold on, let me turn this thing off real quick. There we go.
Can I give you a hug now?
You're gonna hear her, but it's not the end of the world. Let me go to Sunny's DMs real quick. Give me 1 second.
Oh,
Trying to
thank
pull it
you.
up and see if it'll load.
Yeah, you be nice to Caesar.
There it is. So I actually found it right here. Now, like I said, I'm not going to condone the fact that I shot them. I already said I would take accountability for that. But I actually did try to get help during that the entire time because Torres was in city, which you can see I at least have a little bit bigger of a body cam of it, but they were saying it constantly. So
Well, I think even if you have more body cam, I think we can hear everything that we need to hear. We hear their part, but we also see your part.
Don't you threaten the monkey.
Then there
like
is
I said,
also
I'll take the accountability for shooting him. That's on me then.
and there is also this. This is a bit longer body cam, and this one is also an issue, but not as big as an issue, I guess. Oh, right, that's the wrong one.
That's the same one.
You may remember this is from yesterday or I don't know when.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
I
I think it was yesterday.
This may have been yesterday. So hold on, go back. I can give you context, most likely.
Well, it's one part that I'm gonna show you that is the important part.
Is it that I went into the middle of it, and started talking to Lily?
It's what's more to the end. Oh, there you go.
Why here?
Mm-hmm. Oh, give me a second. Give me a second. My food is.
The one of the things that I was trying to do, which I explained to everybody after this, was I was talking to Lily too about it. Is that I asked for everybody to step away, and I was trying to talk to the main person, and then the other two gang members kept coming back. Now, if Ron thought I was talking to him, I was not talking to him. I was talking to the two gang members because they kept coming back as one of them is trying to explain it, and then they're butting into the conversation. So I asked them to back the fuck up because it was like the third time. So as me standing right there with Missy, which mind you, that was the whole other ordeal. I was trying to, talk to them and then talk to Lily, get both sides, because mind you, I was trying to explain to Missy how it is to kind of be late on a scene and try to gather as much information to understand what's going on. But no, this was not towards PD. This was towards the other two that literally you could see him walking right up after I told him to back away. Which I might have a body cam myself. Hold on. I have so many fucking clips. It's actually atrocious. Holy fuck. Is it this one?
What's wrong, Caesar?
No.
Candy!
It's not that one.
I was gonna say you're up early.
Trying to catch where you were.
New woman, crazy work.
So I don't have system audio, but I have
Give me
my
a hug.
voice audio, which let me go ahead and do this real quick for you. Because then you can see my POV at least. So I actually have the whole thing here. You can only hear me because bitch ass OBS is a piece of shit where this doesn't want to work, but whatever. So I pulled this guy aside.
Oh, your stream
I
is
was trying to
paused.
talk. Fuck. Hold on. I know why. 5M and Discord for me don't work. Hold on. Do this real quick. Let me open Discord on browser because 5M in Discord hates me. Hold on. You might have to drag me back. Where's it?
There you go.
Don't know why I'm defaulted muted, but whatever. That works, whatever. So, can you see it now? 5M in Discord hates me, so it doesn't work. But anyways, so for better context, because this is my POV now, I don't know why Ron thought I was talking to him about it, but I definitely wasn't. I was talking to this individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously this one that pulled up, which I didn't care about, but I was mainly trying to get information on him. Hamdu, right? He was originally flat-backed. He was actually dead on scene. So by him coming over and explaining his side of the story to me, I'm telling him to back the fuck away because he was flat-backed. So if I go back here, or well, scuffed, either way, he was still dead. I thought he was flat, but I guess he was scuffed. But he was dead. So I'm trying to talk to this individual here, which Hamdu kept coming in and butting in. You can obviously that I'm trying to talk to this guy. I'm trying to get Missy back over here so that she can see kind of, you know, get both sides of the story. Try to understand what's going on here, what's going on with the PD side. And mind you, it was a complete clusterfuck. And then next thing you know, that this dude gets off of a crutch and kills us all. He immediately gets off of a crutch. I'm talking to them. I go to Lily. You can see that I have her with me as well with a notepad out. I'm kind of getting both sides of the story. You could see the two individuals that I was talking to, they stayed over here. These are the people that I was talking to because these were the first people on the scene, and Hamdu just came and complained because he got shot by PD from what I was told. And I was like, okay, I'll handle it. Or we'll handle it, or whatever the fuck I said. But at the same time, we're explaining it. We walk back. We talk to them, right? I'm trying to talk back to them and, you know, give them a little bit better of a context. Lily comes over, and then I'm trying to get Kamdu because Lily said to arrest him. Now, the issue with him was that every time I tried to arrest him and try to cuff him, watch. Where is it? Hold on, wait for it. I'll show you.
You should probably send that up because
That was an
Hamdu is doing
accident.
stupid shit.
Exactly.
However, the issue here is I get the Hamdu's part, but the issue here is it was a shit show. I saw all the body cam. He also showed me other shit, but I don't get why, to start with, and that's not only on you, but on all the officers that are there and have been in the force for a while. I don't get why no one was transported and just handled in MRPD, because now everyone is shot. And then the biggest issue that obviously comes down to you is one of the LSPD officers was trying to get someone to be processed. He tried to tell his story, and you basically said, fuck off.
Who, Hamdu?
No, you. You said that to
Oh, that was you guys playing it.
to Ron.
Like, what the fuck am I?
Well, not
you
necessarily
talking about
Ron,
from
but
this scene?
everything.
Thought that was
Yeah,
actually
here,
going
watch
on.
my body cam.
I never got to process them. I left.
No, check my body cam, then I will then explain it again. Are you watching?
You're talking about this one right here?
How's everybody doing?
Oh no, I'm telling Hamdu to back away. If Ron is thinking I'm talking to him about it, no, you can literally see that I'm trying to talk to one dude at a time, and Hamdu is butting in every single time and is complaining that he died and why he got shot, and I said that we'll handle it, and then he kept coming back and back and back, so I told him to fuck off. But Ron was not in that picture, neither was Missy, that's her name. But you can clearly see that he's abusing in vehicle as well as I try to detain him, right? I was trying to process him. I
You-
was trying to transport him.
You probably want to make sure next time that people know it, because I got complaints about it because they thought it was towards you, towards them. So
No, I was talking to Hamdu because Hamdu kept kept coming close. Officers 100% are allowed to be wherever the fuck they want. I'm not talking to them about it. I'm talking to Hamdu because, mind you, you saw that I was trying to talk to the individual that originally was on scene and the reason why he got shot to figure out the whole scope of the situation. And Hamdu not only is doing weird shit, but he's on top of that butting in and not letting the man talk. So I told him to back the fuck up so that his boy can talk. No, that was not towards Ron at all.
okay.
Because if that was the case, I would have told my cadet to go away too, but I didn't.
So here's the thing. We needed to make a decision. Because, let's be fair, this whole thing has been going on for a while where we got body cam from you doing stupid shit. And I get the whole them being stupid and isn't okay, but like Corleone said, that's an angel thing. We need to stop taking things in our own matters. I think Dylan Torres...
I haven't done it since. I have not done any of that since. After I talked to Con about it, he said, don't do it again. I said, okay.
Yeah, but the problem there is, and that's on Con, he should have sent us that body cam. And told us that he talked with you. Because now I got the body cam, and it's a whole new thing for us.
Yeah, I completely understand. And like I said, I will take accountability for shooting them. After the fact of the matter of them saying very outlandish things, and I will 100% admit I did it due to the fact that they were saying some shit that was
okay. I'm gonna be
an angel matter, and I shouldn't have been a part of it, and I'll take the slam for that one. I admit my wrongdoing.
You realize that you have a strike, right?
Correct.
For this exact same thing.
No, the strike that I have was because of the what was it? The disrespect towards XO1 because of the fact of the matter.
Well,
I don't
here
even have to remember what my strike
the
was.
strike
What was
exactly says SOP guideline rule breaks. Police officers must remain respectful, ethical, and professional. And in our eyes, that all comes down to the same thing.
Well, that's for two different things. So that was because I was dealing with the whole thing with Michael Flo when he was an off-duty Secret Service aiding and abetting on two officers getting held hostage. The problem that kept coming up, which I tried to explain to Callie at least, was that the secretary, because he kept saying the secretary, but it wasn't the secretary, they were wearing a Nexus chain. It was Nexus individuals as well as Michael Flo, all wearing an Among Us jumpsuits, and took Violet hostage as well as Boogeyman. I had asked for all of PD to round them up so that they would get get arrested for the fact of, it's technically hostage taking, and it was literally 3 doors down, or 3, like the other office that we go to. Sometimes if this one's too full, that's where it happened. Michael Flo was the one that was holding the door open, and I have an open admission of him doing that. Where the radio problem came into play was that it wasn't of me yelling at Alonzo. It was the fact of what I said at the end of it, saying, okay, so we're crashing out. That's where I got the reason why I got my strike, which was literally told to me by Bronson, is because I said that. Now, obviously, I did not crash out. I let Flo go and told him that he shouldn't be doing what he's doing. Vice versa, after the fact, then I dealt with Bronson, Torres, Corleone, and Callie in the same room, and I've been trying to explain it to him that, technically speaking, if the senator or the secretary, whatever their fucking thing is, I think it was the senator, because it was the husband and not the wife. They were both in detainment in there. And the fact of the matter is that I'm doing valued RP to the fact where I'm acting pissed off because they just took 2 of our officers, technically. They wanted to say it that you were being disrespectful to the senator, but if the senator is wearing a Nexus chain, and Shank has said before that he is not running, if he's not wearing senator attire and he's wearing a Nexus chain, he's a civilian. So Not, and here's the other shitty thing about that entire scene, which Bronson, I even talked to Bronson about after the fact, after they had already struck me. He said to me, "Did all of them get arrested?" And I said no. And he said, "Well, why not? Because all of them could have gotten arrested." And he was like, "I told him, Boogeyman let them go."
EMS
And
stage a
why
casino.
is Boogeyman in the middle of the scene when he was just the one who was taken hostage and processing the same individuals? That doesn't make sense. But this was after my strike was already given to me, and this is when Bronson asked me.
Okay. There is one last thing, and I will come to the conclusion. This one, I don't have body cam of it, but it's what you called me for yesterday about the whole Secret Service thing. And you asked me if you could say to them that they can no longer restock in MRPD, correct?
Correct. That's where I had asked if that would be a feasible option due to the fact that Yarby threw a grenade down the body cam that I sent you, where he throws a grenade down, blows up a car, and kills 5 officers.
And do you remember my
So-
answer?
You said that you will handle it.
Yes, but I said specifically about the not allowing them access. I said no to that, right? Because now I hear from him that you actually
EMS is
denied him
staged.
access to it.
No, I said to him, I said, "Do not come back if you're going to keep throwing grenades, because I don't want to get blown up." That's exactly what I said.
Okay. Just to be clear here, I don't have body cam from him, so I just wanted to make this clear, right? This is not influencing the decision that we made. And
I can't restrict access. I'm a sergeant, dude.
no,
I
you
just
cannot
don't want them to come blowing up people.
you
That's
cannot
all.
you cannot restrict access at all, indeed. But it's how he worded it. It sounded like you still did it after I said no. But like I said, he didn't have
No.
body cam, so like I said, I just wanted to make this clear. Coming back to the point that we decided. This is a second strike. Second strike means fire. So yes, I am firing you here. Because we feel like this has been going on for months now. Where you do some stupid shit, then it calms down, it happens again, you get 10,000 chances. It needs to stop somewhere. Does this mean that you're blacklisted? No, not at all. You can reply back in 2 weeks. We even would be fine if you do some secretary work, not the first week, maybe the second week, to show to us that you can do things like that without crashing out. Because at the end of the day,
Where
this is
did
all
I
about
crash out though?
when you killed those 3 people.
Yeah, but why was okay? I was talking to SO1 about the fact of the matter. He is the one who physically made a ticket about the situation. But why is it coming back and negatively affecting me now when the fact of the matter is that I've already sent them up myself?
Because
Yes,
we
I
didn't,
don't-
our high command, your high command, is LSPD. Like I said before, Con or you should have informed us about the situation and then it was handled, and it wouldn't have come back to you. Now we get random body cam from something that you have been doing a couple of times now, right? Doing stupid shit.
No,
not
that's not true.
You have been doing a lot of stupid shit, like killing people.
Where have I done?
Do you?
What stupid shit have I done?
Killing civilians. Those
Are you-
3
if you're
civilians.
still
Yeah, I'm still referring to them. Like Corleone said, we need to not take things on our own hands. This is an Angel matter. You should have not done anything. You should have walked
Can I
away,
try and fire you again?
and you should have let Angels handle it and just let them live.
I was letting angels handle it. Khan was literally right there. He's an angel. And by me doing that, there was other people around. That's why I did that. And yes, I said I would take accountability for that. But at the same time, if you would have heard what they were saying, then you probably would have done the same thing. There's a level of situational things. If they slipped up once, that's one thing. And if I shot them, yes. But they were literally spamming it. There's a difference. And we were sitting there for probably a good 45 minutes as I'm sitting there trying to get Torres to get them handled with, for him to then wait, I don't know, a good approximate, 45 minutes to an hour, which, mind you, they were saying the outlandish shit from the time that they were down on the ground that I wasn't there for. I'm not the one who originally shot them, but I was the one who flattered them, yes. But at the same time, they were the ones saying shit for almost a good hour until Torres took care of them. And Torres literally told me that he would handle it. So
The issue
I
here-
talked to both of them about it.
The issue here is, like I said, Con or you should have sent us that body cam so that we knew. Now,
I didn't know that he didn't send it to you. How am I supposed to know?
well, you
I
could have
thought
sent
if
it
I'm going
yourself.
Yes, but if I'm going to the highest form of command that was on at that time, and I'm relating the issue, and he heard, like, mind you, before I even thought about shooting them or anything like that, because they were saying it constantly after the fact, I was on my drone. I was coming up to them, and I was listening to what they were saying, and Khan heard it too. And when I shot them, Khan was literally right next to me.
Yes, I agree that
Of course.
Con should have said something. He should have relayed to us this. So we will talk to
I
him.
went to the highest form of command on. I mean, I already said that I will take the fault for it, but why am I getting in trouble for it now 10 days after the fact when it comes down to the fact that if you look at both sides, yes, I am in the wrong for shooting them, and I understand that I should not be enacting in an angel capacity. Yes, I get that 100%, but at the same time, it's still situational from the shit that they were saying.
Yeah, but
which
you
is-
should be the bigger person and just walk away. And I know, and I will
It was
probably
a
never.
scene that everybody else was dead at. They started when they shot them. Most of all the officers that were around were flat.
With walk away, I mean ignore them, put them in cuffs, let EMS pick them up, and bring
So
them
when
to.
when
Also,
we did have
yeah.
EMS,
Also, one of them was on the body cam speaking shit. The other two barely said anything in the clip.
that's not true. That's not true. I have body cam. That is not true. If I can go back, which let me go back. The third one, that third person that showed up, I didn't shoot him. The one that was wearing red, I didn't shoot him. The other two, the one with the pumpkin mask and then the dude that you got the body cam from, are the two people I shot. I did not flat the third individual. That's wrong. I did not shoot the third guy. The third guy is actually somebody when the whole scene was fucked to begin with, because there was one hostage taker and there were two hostage takers, right? One of them was actually doing the union heist, right? And the other one was watching 4 individuals. Obviously, that's a no-no. They were trying to explain it to them, and this is where the dude in the red, where this became apparently a problem, which I wasn't there yet. I had left and came back. The scene unfolded where that dude in the red came into play of being a hostage taker right then and there, and switching over. They gave him a gun and acted as a hostage taker. Now, the whole shooting of what happened before I showed up, that is beyond me. I shot 2. I only shot them 2. Yes, it doesn't make it any better. I still shot 2. The third one was already flat. I didn't shoot him. I never shot the dude in the red. I never even aimed toward
I
him.
don't know if you
I
guys
have
can
someone
hear
dead
me
in
or not.
here. I'll be right back.
What date
We
is
have a
that
lady
so I can
here
find it?
that's coming up
11
with
days
it's
ago.
11
So
days ago now.
that we were
11 days ago, that would come
just
back
want to
to the
make sure
The
that
problem,
was
just Ali, is that you
Well,
keep
see,
going
you're
over
super
SOP
coming
things. You
and
keep
stuff,
breaking them. There are so many situations where
yeah,
we were on the blink of firing you
I don't
just
know
because
if
you
that's-
keep doing it.
yeah,
Like,
but-
for example, way back, do you remember the communication training that I tried to do? Where you got striked for
Correct.
Sasha? Killing her?
Yes.
That whole thing was a shit show. And my point is here not, yes, we're gonna hold that in this case too, because on the end of the day, one thing is important for everything in life, and that's growth. If you keep doing the same things, it will bite you in the ass.
It's not the same things, Sam. It's not the same things. They're completely different
No,
situations.
it isn't. It comes down to the SOP thing, and the SOP thing clearly state police officers must remain respectful, ethical, and professional. And in all the cases so far, that's something that is missing. And yes, every situation is situational, for sure, and every situation should be
You're welcome.
looked to in a separate way.
Find you, but I found you.
But on the end of the day, it all comes down to that. So,
You're trying to base all the same things at the same time and saying they're the same things when they're not. That doesn't make sense.
Well,
They're two completely different things.
no, it's what I just said. It comes down to being respectful, ethical, like our SOPs say. It literally comes out of the SOPs, right? And I'm not basing this, we are not basing this fire on whatever happened during communication training. It was just a reference to what I meant, to make my point more clear.
Yeah, well, at the same time, I'm not gonna sit there and get called a tranny fucking 30 times, as well as getting called a hard R. I'm not going to. The fact of the matter, yes, like I said, I'll take accountability for shooting them, but at the same time, I'm sitting here and I don't know if I was actually live on this one as well. I can't be around that. And here's the thing, all those other officers, it became a shootout. I had to be the one that transported them. And as I was trying to process them, I was literally listening to the most outlandish shit the entire time. The fact of the matter is there was nothing I could do physically in the situation unless if I would have just left it and never came back.
How the hell we?
So when they got picked up, I was quiet after the fact, and they were still saying shit. I was trying to explain it to them, and they were still saying shit. And the fact of the matter is that the level of absolute, how do I say it? The level of shit that was actually said towards my direction, which is why I went to the highest form of command on and talked to him about the situation. I don't know why it's biting me in the ass 10 days later, because I was standing next to an angel. I'm right next to him that got the issue pushed.
Con, in that case, can't do anything as Angel.
Okay.
He's involved. He can't do anything.
Don't worry, I'll get him up.
Because that's self-staffing.
He can do it. Yes, he can. If he is watching somebody saying any
For
forms
that,
of hate speech.
For that, sure.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Did you wanna wait
But
for us
it
outside?
still comes back to the. Oh, we need to go
I need
somewhere
the door
else. I
unlocked.
don't know why they are all here.
Should probably patrol for now.
Yeah.
So, just to be clear, Filson is here also. He is muted because he is at work, but he still hears us. And he is saying that you flatbacking them didn't help anything. They still continued. It was pointless and stupid.
So them still doing shit after flatbag doesn't prove enough to show that I did it in a
But
level
it isn't
for the
about
fact
them,
that
it's
I'm
about
being
you.
raised with hate speech.
It's about you. You should have been the bigger person and just
I
ignore
was
them.
the bigger person. I still transported them. I still processed them. Nobody else stepped up for the fucking matter. When I physically said that I do not want to process these people, nobody fucking stepped up to do it. Nobody listens to fucking comms that come over the goddamn radio. I'm asking for help. Nobody responds for help. But yet I'm the one that went through the whole fucking process and had to listen to the most outlandish shit that I did not want to fucking hear, that I've been getting targeted with since I fucking joined the city. And you're coming at me and telling me because I flat back those two that I am going to get fired because of it?
Because it comes
I'm
down
sorry,
to what
I was standing next to an angel, listening to it.
it
We're
comes
getting
down.
we were
It comes
literally
down
getting a
to
ticket.
Corleone's sentence. Well, we are police. We aren't angels. Thus, we must treat this as a cop getting offended and then killing our suspects. Because
I
that's
was
the
next to
bottom
an
line.
angel.
Yeah, but that doesn't
I
matter.
can understand it. I understand it completely, but at the same time, this was 10 days ago. I
You
brought
should
it up to
also,
Con-
by the
I
way,
brought it up
not.
to Torres.
You should also not even know that he is an angel. That doesn't matter at all in the scene. I get you.
He took over. This is what you're not understanding, Flipendo. He took over and said he was handling it.
Yes, but you.
That's-
But no, listen to me, because you are
Come
not
on
listening
now.
to me.
I
It's
am
not.
listening to
It's
you,
not
Sam, but
about
you're not
them.
understanding.
No, I'm understanding your part, but the fact of the matter is, you should have not killed them, and you already took responsibility for that. The issue that we have is the SOPs clearly state that if something happens in the same strike category, you're fired. It's as simple as that.
It's not the same strike category. It's not. I will sit here and go bring every other LO1, AO1, or any O1. It is two different situations. It's two. It's not the same situation. You remember when you guys all voted to get me fired, right? And you guys all looked at the same exact thing, right? And you do remember clearly stating, especially when it came from Bronson and Corleone, that everything is situational. It's two different things. You can double strike me or suspend me, but at the same time, The fact of the matter is those two different scenarios from when I shot Sasha and when I got pulled in there from the bullshit because I was literally all I was doing was telling Exo1 to do his damn job, and that's why I got striked. Because I screamed at him over radio because Flo should have been fired 2 weeks ago because of the shit he's done and what PD has caught him doing, and I screamed at him. Those are two different scenes, right? Those are two different things, right? I shot Sasha. I yelled at Alonzo. There's two different things. On top of that, I was talking to Flo in a respectful manner and telling him what he did was wrong. That's where it came to the fact the reason why I got striked was because if they would have let me go, mind you, none of you know this, but Davis tried to get me fired too, and that failed because his own people fucked him over. Moving forward from that to this, this is two different situations. It's completely situational, and mind you, this happened before the Alonzo bullshit. If I'm correct, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure, but if I'm correct, this situation happened beforehand. So why am I getting in trouble about it 10 days later when I went to the highest form of command on about the problem? And it's not. How is it my fault that if I went to the highest form of command about the situation, and then and then he's not bringing it to you guys, why am I the one in fault for that? And then being told that, well, you didn't tell us. That's not my fucking fault. I'm going to the highest form of command that obviously should be bringing it over because he is the one who delegated the entire situation. And that was 10 days ago. If I'm correct, send-ups for somebody, right, is, say, for example, if I wanted to send somebody up, I have 48 hours of allocated time before that body cam that I have on said individual from the time that I published it in said ticket is 48 hours.
Well,
if it takes longer than obviously 2 days to go from, beyond that ticket play, then that's one thing because that's an Angel matter. But I posted it within the 48-hour threshold of the problem and sent it. However long it takes by Angels is beyond them. But when I'm sitting here and I explain the entire thing to Khan, why am I getting punished when the fact of the matter is that you can see clearly in this radio the two highest forms of command on were it was Khan and Dingle. Dingle was doing something else, so I didn't go to Dingle. Khan was on scene. He was one that wasn't flatbacked. He was one that was there. So I'm going to the highest form of command, but I'm getting faulted because now this stuff's getting sent to you from 10 days ago, and Khan didn't remember or whatnot to give you the information. Why am I at fault for this? Because I talked to him about the flatbacking. I talked to him about the way it was going. I talked to Torres about how it was going too. And I even told Torres that I flatbacked him. And the fact of the matter is that what I guess you guys forget to remember is the fact of the matter is like I said, it's situational. So if there is a problem that is obviously ongoing, the reason why they got flatbacked was to stop. And by them doing the/mean was another form, which Khan has also talked to me about in the past. If they are doing that as well and typing it, it is another clear form of body cam. By him being there and me doing it was so that he could get the ticket pushed through and get them out, which he did. So they had already served their punishment for what they did. But why am I getting punished because Khan didn't relay the information to you as fast as he could? Why am I getting punished for that? That's 10 days ago. I mean, if we really want to be honest here, I could go after somebody that had something from 10 days ago as well, but they won't get in trouble. I've seen so much fuck shit, especially in the past 3 days, and nobody's taken accountability for it, and I've said stuff about it, and nobody listens. And I brought one thing up to you because, mind you, you're now LO4, so I bring it to you now. I brought the first thing to you, and I was going to bring you more things, but I kind of forgot. But at the same time, you have to look at it. It's two different things. It's not the same thing. If you bring the fact of the matter that it kind of goes under the same thing with the SOP of respectful, ethical, and responsible, blah, 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 on the SOP, you can throw that, but you're throwing it into a category that doesn't make sense. I'm standing next to an angel that's listening to it happen. He's listening to everything that's also getting said. He's the one who told me to send him the body cam as well. of all of it, just because by him stepping away, he wanted the full thing. So then by giving it to Angels, they would receive their ban. Which, funny enough, either they paid for their unban, or it got appealed due to the fact of the matter that they probably cried their ass off in a ticket. That's beyond me. But if I'm doing something in front of an Angel and talking to him about it after the fact, which I clearly stated to him, flat backing wasn't the smartest idea, but at the same time, I can't sit there and be getting called all these fucking names. On top of that, you can't sit there and just say, "Oh, you could have just walked away. You could have just done that." You see this radio list, right? Most of these people either were dead or flat-backed. And here's the shittier thing about it. Neither one of those people, besides me and Khan, and like another officer or so, transported them. Nobody else came. Nobody else showed up. Nobody else wanted to do it. I had asked for help to transport them. Nobody showed up. So now I'm sitting there dealing with the situation that I don't want to deal with. And we're waiting for EMS as well, which EMS got confused of where the location was. So why am I being faulted for it when I was forced into it that I didn't want to do? Look at that situation. Why don't we look at the radio list and figure out, I don't know, why are these individuals in this radio not coming to help?
Look at that. I wasn't good at that. I couldn't do anything.
I mean, you make fair points.
Force me. You can't force me to be a scene control, and I'm asking to leave it. Okay? So yeah, I did what I did, and I will take accountability for it. But look at the other problems here.
We see all the other problems, but you said in the beginning that everyone was dead, right? And you needed to be the one handling it because everyone else was dead, if I remember correctly.
I said most of everybody was dead. There were still people in this radio that did not show up, and when I asked for help, regardless, flat-backed individuals can transport. So that's null and void. If you are flat-back on said scene, you are okay to transport, you just cannot process, correct?
Correct.
So why did nobody show up? Think about it. That's where that rule gets bypassed, because if a flat-backed officer comes back to the scene, if they are delegating the situation in any form of capacity, that is a problem. If they are just there to simply transport your suspect and let them go, that's one thing. And take them to said arresting location like MRPD, Davis, Sandy Station, whatever. That's one thing. But nobody showed up. It was me and Khan. So before you look at it that I am such a horrible person because I flatbacked them, I was literally before I flatbacked them, I was sending body cam to Khan and Torres about the situation and told them yes, flatbacking wasn't a good idea, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and get called a tranny over and over and over. So look at the situation here. It's completely different. This whole layout of the problem, right? This is mixed between a PD problem and an Angel problem. The PD problem side of it is the fact that they started a heist with 4 hostages. There were 2 hostage takers, and one of them dispersed to go do the actual heist. So there's one person holding 4 people. That's a problem. So that's a PD problem. We were trying to fix it, and they bitched at us, and they complained to us. And I have body cam of them literally saying over radio to me and to other people that weren't actually on scene yet or was around, saying that they are complaining and they're being non-compliant due to the fact of the matter that they can't have 4 hostages and 4 demands, because there's only 2 of them and one person is watching 4 of them. That's where the PD problem comes into play. The next problem that comes into play is that it becomes a shootout. The shootout between them and PD.
Okay.
Obviously, PD wins, and they get on their side.
So here's the issue. You know about the rule 2 strikes and you're out, right?
You can suspend me. But
the
like
thing
I said,
is,
it's situational.
We are gonna...
2 different scenes.
We're still... But it doesn't matter. It's not about the scenes, it's about the strikes. You got a strike. In that strike period, it's 2 weeks. It says it in the strike itself. It says this strike will last a total of 2 weeks. The strike was issued... Let me check. Exactly 2 weeks ago, actually.
I can find out. Hold on. Maybe. I don't know. It's fucking buried. That strikes happened on, let's see. That's when I acknowledged it. So that doesn't count because I will already say that I do forget to clock in, but everybody knows I'm there. So yes, I'll take that as a fault that I don't clock in, which I'm a shitty person on that. But I hate RP Hub. I'm kind of waiting for that website to be pushed. Let me see, where is it? It is pretty far back. These are acknowledgements. I don't want the acknowledgements, you idiot. Where the fuck is it? This happened on the 3rd. Let me go to my thing. The original, I can't even tell because the original one that's there is still from Telco from fucking all the way back in, what, September? Which I had asked Corleone to remove, but he didn't, so it's fine. Still trying to find it. Their hour requirements, don't care.
I deleted that strike right now.
I don't know why that strike is still there. I've asked multiple times to get it removed, but
I just removed
nobody
it, so if you refresh it, it's
Found your
gone.
strike.
my RP Hub's fucking up. But either way, what? Oh yeah, found it. She has it, so cool. Anyways, mind you, the strike that was consisted, which I think I actually have Bronson in here, which it should be what 10:31, right? 10:31. Fuck, I have too many body cams. 10:31. I think this is the last thing I did before I got thrown in there. This was a whole other bullshit scene that had absolutely nothing to do with it. This was the same scene. Do I have it where Bronson was in there? I do. Is this one? Nope, that's the one with that fucking lady. Corleone. Yacht highs. Nope. This one dude's popped for no reason. This is when I was at the house. This was the zombie event. Where the fuck is it? Nope. Did I even body? Oh, it might be this one. Yep, here it is. Here's this one, but I think it started where? Started here, right? Yeah, 38 minutes. So if I go back and look, let me just look through real quick. This is as I'm talking to Callie about the situation. I need to turn this down because that's loud as fuck. This is as I'm talking to Callie, right? Boogie is sitting right here, and Bronson is listening, but he's kind of distanced, right? So this is as I'm explaining to Callie about the problem. This is where Bronson starts looking at body cam. Hold on. Is my audio not working? The fuck? Give me that. But this one doesn't work. Never mind. What the fuck is it now? There it is. Okay, I apparently have no audio. That's great. Well, anyways, the strike was there.
Okay, I'm back in city. Wilson and me talked a bit in the meantime. We get your points. We understand your points. We think that Con should have sent it to us. We still think, and yes, we are reverting your fire, so you're not fired. But we want to see better.
Still, just look at it though. I mean, yes, like I said, as soon as I did it, I was there talking to the highest form that I could talk to.
Yeah, that's physically. Please let me now talk, because obviously we heard you, and that's why we're changing it. But I'm still gonna be very clear. Yes, Con should have done it, but you should never have killed them. Even after what they said. And yes, both me and Filson will never understand how that feels for you. That's legit. So I'm not even gonna pretend that I'm gonna understand it and how it is for you. But on the other hand, on the end of the day, it's roly poly, right? And from us in city perspective, it is.
It's not really
It's
roleplay when somebody wants to scream and call me a tranny. That's not roleplay.
okay. That's a fair point. My point was more what Corleone said, that we need to see this as an officer killing 3 people. Because mind you, if an officer does this in real life, and I know, big difference, he just kills 3 people that say something like that, we would have a big issue, right?
I killed 2.
Or
not
2.
3.
2. My bad.
It still doesn't make it any better, but still, it was just 2. Please don't say it's 3, because I didn't shoot the man in the red. The dude in the red was actually really nice.
But you get my point,
I
right?
was talking to him.
You get the point that I'm making, right?
Correct. And funny enough, I might have a body cam as well where the dude in the red that switched from a hostage to a hostage taker even explained I would have shot them too. They were saying some really bad things, and honestly, I don't know how you can deal with that.
I mean, honestly, I also heard a lot of things, and maybe it's different for me because you know that I'm also, and I'm now on the level that I can just deal with it myself, so it's different.
In this situation, I don't look at you as a friend trying to back me up. I'm looking at you as my high command. So
No.
if people take it that way, then they're stupid.
I mean about the if I was there instead of Colin, I could have dealt with it myself. Or that's what I mean.
Yeah, and like I said, I tried my best, and there's a level of which, mind you, nobody does that. They were the only ones who really done that. And the last time I've shot somebody for them calling me a trainee or anything like that before that was a while ago. I haven't. It's not like I do it avidly. I know he made that ping about the situation, and mind you, anytime something like that would get questioned, like before that announcement was pushed, like say for example when Bronson was in radio or whatever, and I had done it before that announcement actually had gotten pushed, they would ask me, they're like, why'd you shoot him? Why'd you flat pack him? And I told them, they're calling me a trainee, they're saying hard R, they're doing all this stuff, and they're like, oh, okay, just send it up. And I was like, okay. But after that announcement, I didn't say a single thing after the fact, and I didn't do anything. But that one really got me, because the fact of the matter is that, how do I say this in a better way? I deal with it on a daily basis in the city for no reason. I can't avoid it. I can't get away from it, but I still try to make it enjoyable. But I get asked, why am I wearing, like, if I go through every body cam that I have, dating all the way back in this file, at least back to August, right? This is my folder from August to now. I have a whole other folder full of body cams as well. If I were to go back through all of these body cams, there's a good chance that about a good 80% of these body cams is people that join the city or have been in the city. They sit there and they question me on a daily basis. Why am I wearing female clothes when I am a dude, when I talk like a guy? I deal with it daily. So when they were saying outlandish shit, and like I said, I understand in the means of RP, as me being a cop, it is in the wrong. I'm not disputing that. I get it. At the same time, though, you have to look at it situationally that kind of overweighed RP. They completely got rid of RP from that point on.
Yeah, but that's fair. But
this is something that I have also been talking to Shank for a while about. And I want him to make it an addressable factor that even a civilian, because here's the thing, right? There's now a lot more people like me that are flying into the city, like Porciana, me, other people. And I've been talking to Shank back and forth about it from when I can, because man's busy as fuck, about revamping that rule, because we've had it before as well where, these people that are just like me, in a sense, are being targeted these questions constantly. Why are you dressing as a female when you're a dude? Like daily, dude. I'm not even kidding. If I probably go out there and do 3 scenes, one of those 3 scenes is going to ask me. Always. And we've arrested females that are just like me, that are in the same circumstance, and they try to defend themselves and say, well, they kept calling me a trainee, they kept calling me this, blah, 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 and we're still arresting those people. They shouldn't be arrested. They're defending themselves because at that point, it comes into the means that if somebody is going, like, and I've talked to Torres about this too, if it comes down to somebody want to call you a trainee and stuff like that over and over and over, and you're wearing a female ped, obviously you're doing all of these things, you know, amidst of your character, right? When they start doing something like that, it overrides RP. This is overtopping it, and it's no longer RP. So what I've been talking to Shank for is that if we have a defense structure of people doing these things, because mind you, those tickets do take a while. That's why by having Khan there and him saying that he will deal with it, I assumed that it would have been rather quickly. But due to the fact of the matter that I brought it to Torres, Torres then stepped in because Khan was currently waiting on an approval to ban them. So I went to every possible option that I could before I shot them and outlaid the problem and tried to do it as best as I could. They still kept going from the time that they got picked up by EMS and time, because mind you, I had to clear my pockets out and I have it on Violet's body cam. Every time I walked out, they were saying shit to Violet about me as well. So in the midst of RP, there's no RP there if somebody is going to sit there and do something that they obviously know that they shouldn't be doing. Mind you, those two individuals are not new to the city. They were
Yeah, but
not
the
new.
thing here is what I'm thinking. There are two ways that you can handle this, right? It's either you handle it yourself, which have been a lot of announcements that we shouldn't do that, or actually there are three ways. Or you step away if possible. In this case, it wasn't possible. Or the third option is you ignore them.
Yeah.
And obviously, like I said
Which-
before, I cannot know how it is for you. Same for Filson. So it's a bit easy to say for us that you just ignore it. I get that. But I do think
when you have
that-
officers in a radio that doesn't help. And I've been complaining about this, and even Porciano's been complaining about this for months.
Yeah, but
I've been
I
complaining about it.
almost don't get body cam. And to be fair, yes, a lot of people don't show up and shit. But the only way, and that's what we said during the meeting, is that we can do something about it. And mind you, now people get striked for it if they don't show up. It's body cam, and that's the biggest issue in UPD in general. People not sending body cams about shit like that, because yes, it's a big issue. Everyone saw it or have seen it, but we need body cam about it.
I have been giving body cam about it.
Well, let me rephrase it.
I've
didn't
almost been giving body cam of it daily.
to which people?
I've been giving it to Johnson, Corleone, and mind you, I'm doing this from the departments, right? So
Mhm.
I'm sending it from the people that are in there, right? So
From now
I've
on,
sent it.
just send it to me. You can also
Well,
send
I
it to
split
them.
Send it.
What did you say? Yeah, no,
I
I
said
mean,
split spend it.
just
because
send it
mind
all
you,
to me.
Like you can't control BCSO. So I give it to the people that are for BCSO, you know?
Yeah,
So
but it,
by splitting it, everybody sees it. But I can
Mhm.
start sending it to you so
Yeah.
that you can handle it. That's fine. But
just send it all to
you
me,
know-
because I want to handle things, and you know that I handle things. Same for Filson, but we just need to get the body cam.
you just have to like I said, I deal with it on a daily basis, and it usually doesn't bother me. But that one did bother me due to the fact that I asked to try to get away from it, and I couldn't. So yeah, I took matters into my own hands. That's where you can take it as a generalized
Yeah.
problem.
So
but
there is
I
another
did
thing.
try to ask.
You have said a couple of times that we shouldn't see both of them as the same thing, which, sure. But the other thing is, in the SOPs it clearly states, if you have a second strike, you're out. However, Filson and me now discussed it a bit. We're gonna give you this real last chance, because we both know there has been a lot of real last chance, or like a lot of chances, not real, you know what I mean, right? But I know that you can do this, and I know what you're worth, and I know that you are a good cop. But things like that
It's
training
situations
situation,
like that. It's situations like that I didn't want to be a part of.
I get that.
When
I get that,
you
because
look
on the
at-
end of the day,
look
you
at PD as a whole, and you're asking for help, and nobody shows up. This is the same thing that Porciano was talking about to Corleone, is that She's talking over radio, nobody's helping. She's asking for help and nobody's answering, to the point where she physically had to be in my car for like 2 weeks
But
for
you know what
somebody to hear her.
you know what I also think is a big other issue? I hate it, no offense to anyone, when people say that there is an issue, but no one is trying to work towards a solution. And I really think that's
That's the
also an
problem.
issue here. I think that every person that has a certain rank should be part of the solution and not part of the keep doing what's happening. And that's no offense to anyone, including myself. We have just been doing the same over and over again. And that's why it's so good that there are now strikes. Each time now someone is in the garage, strike. You should have been there or you should have been clocked out. And we're gonna enforce that for sure, because this shit needs to end. On the end of the day, we are playing a game where we are, you know, roly-polying it out as real cops. I don't think if I go in real life to a police station, that police
think that's
officers will just stand there and do nothing, right? So
Yeah, and
people need to lock it
just-
in.
That's the situation. Like I said, it's completely situational. I explained to Con and you guys, and like I tried to break away from it, but there's a level of a problem there that if somebody else is not taking over, then I mean I can't just leave them. I can't. They have to get processed. They have to go to jail for their crimes, because here's the other thing. If I were to just let them go, right? And I would also get in trouble for the fact of, why are you letting them go? They were doing a heist. They had the things in their pocket. They got the money from the heist. You did not follow the probable PD ethics and SOP guidelines regarding a heist. So either way you look at it, no matter what I would have done in that situation, there was really no way for me to get away from it.
I mean, I get that,
And-
and that's one of the reasons why because mind you, I know that this is all fucked up a bit for you, that we, you know, say that you're fired, but, you know me by now, I want to listen to people and then change it if needed. And in this case, I think it
Yeah.
was needed.
Davis tried to fire me once because I screamed at Alonzo about the problem, which the IA ticket is almost approved. So I have an IA against them due to the fact of certain problems as well that I've faced with them and what Exo1 has been doing.
Just keep
And
in
I've
mind
also
it could
been
take a bit longer because apparently Alonso got into a medical issue or something in head, so it could be that it takes a bit longer.
Yeah, that's why we're probably doing the proceedings of the IA in emails instead of in city due to the fact of that problem. I already know about this.
Gotcha.
But like, mind you, I'm dealing with all this shit, right? And like I said, I get called a trainee daily. It's constant. There's no end to it, right? And those generally just don't bug me, right? I deal with it always.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit, if you go to my old VODs in Kick, which mind you I haven't streamed in a while and I should, I get constantly asked it too, constantly, like over and over and over, and you know, people being derogatory. It doesn't bother me then, but when I physically can't leave the problem about it, and I'm asking for help and nobody's showing up, when you can clearly see in that body cam there was a radio list of like 19 people, negate like a couple because of EMS, you're still looking at 10 plus officers that could have showed up just to transport them, and then I would have handled it from there, but that would have given me that breakaway, and for them not showing up, that's where the problem is.
Well, I think there are a lot of issues, honestly. For one, you shooting them, but we already established that. Con not sending us that body cam. And no offense to Con, because I like the guy, but I think he did a lot of things there that he should have... No, he didn't do a lot of things that he should have done. Because like you said, he is the highest in command. He should be on that case. Why is no one here? You know, why is this happening? He should have handled that. And I'm not trying to blame him for everything, right? But you get my point, I think.
No, it becomes a situational problem where it's not just one singled out, it's all.
Yep. So we're gonna try to fix that. Now back to you. We decided to give you a week suspension. So far as I know, but it could change. You could be looking to a demotion. But I'm waiting for Wilson, but he's on work, so we will let you know that. The first 4 days is a full suspension. And the last 3 days you can work off through the secretary shit. Or the prison. Depending on what you like more. So a week suspension for
Well,
this.
I've been doing CO for most of my time being in due to the fact that nobody else will step up and do it. So I've
Well,
done it,
yeah.
and Tamika's done it.
We need a warden, a new one. I said it to Corleone. But the focus is now detectives and LSPD, so we will get there.
Yeah, but you gotta start with the things that's already going before you start with new things.
Well, the thing is, whole prison was mainly for Lucy. And he stepped away. Or, you know, he was demoted from it, I guess. And yeah, that's it, honestly.
There needs to be a new warden.
Yep, yeah, that's well what I want in the future, but first we have some issues that are more pressing, like people not showing up, you
You're
know,
rude as fuck.
shit like that. So
You're rude.
yes, you have those 4 days of
How
full
dare you punch me.
suspension, and then 3 days that you can work here and
I'm gonna cry to my diary later.
build the time off, basically.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to fucking remove my job or anything, because I'm already gonna go put shit in a car and fucking just leave it for the time being.
Well, honestly, normally I would fire you now, you know, but I trust you, and if I hear that you went back in those 4 days, then it's simple, right?
I'm not an idiot.
Exactly, so I trust you enough to not do that shit.
I definitely know better, because that's kind of fucking stupid.
I wouldn't do that for
Somebody
you.
would do that. So I mean, I'm already putting all of my stuff in there as we speak. Liche, what do you want? What are you talking about?
Go for Violet.
It was both of them. Hold on. Liche's stuck in here. Definitely not. That's why.
10-4.
What do you mean?
Thank you for your help.
Don't crash out. I'm already getting suspended, dude. 'Cause I shot him.
Ali, one last bit of
Talk to
advice.
Flipendo about it. I can't do anything about it. I'm popping now. I'm in high command office, so I gotta go.
One last advice. You were a
Apparently
lieutenant.
Liche wants to get pulled, but I'm not. That's not me. That's
No,
between you.
he doesn't. He is not part of this. They try keeping part of like LSPD as the gang unit, and that also is not necessary. Back to my point. You were a lieutenant, right? A while back.
Yeah.
I believe in you, and I
Which
believe that you
even
can do
from
that.
Even from the time that I wasn't one and I wasn't striked or anything like that, I was actually ignored of a promotion. So put
Well,
that in perspective as well.
I don't even remember what I was back then, but my point is,
You were a captain. I wasn't striked for a good long while, and I was ignored for a promotion. I was always overlooked, even though I had crazy ass hours, crazy ass time, and all that, doing everything that I can for arrests, helping everybody out, but I got ignored. So that's why I say I don't care about my rank, because obviously it just gets ignored.
and what about us changing that? I saw you. I don't know how long you were a lieutenant, but I believe in you. And I think you know me that I truly mean that, and I really think that you could be a very good lieutenant. But I also think that there are some things that you need to iron out. For example,
like
that whole training thing. Yes, shit happened, and it was not fully in your control, but you have been longer here as me, so you should have realized it, and you should have given that person more training after the whole, because I think you were shot down at Maze Bank or something by
Yeah,
the
it's
Angels.
an angel problem.
Yeah. So
He actually got in the helicopter and blew me up, but
yeah. So my point is
what I
more
was
that
ex-
that
what I
person
was- what I
literally
was- oh,
contacted
go ahead.
me, or like I got contacted that person didn't feel well about the training, and that is something that you should have asked or talked about. And I get that you do your own training, but on the end of the day, training is about the cadets, right? And I'm not saying you're a bad FTO. I'm just saying, at how long you have been in the UPD, I expected from you to handle that situation where that person didn't feel the way that that person felt. And yes, I get that you cannot always do that, and there will always be situations where you do your best and you do what you can do, but still someone doesn't feel okay with it or whatever. And I think that are things that, that is one example. the shooting for sure is an example. I don't want to see shit that like that anymore. Even if they say it, I know that my guess is that it's very hard for you when they do that. But just walk away. And yes, if you're the only one on scene, still just walk away. Other cops should have been there. They should have handled it. Just walk away. I'd rather have you walk away from it than shooting them. And yes, people will bullshit about that you should have not walked away and that you should have handled it. But either you handle it in the right way, by not shooting them, or you walk away. You understand that?
It's, like I said, it's ultimately a everybody problem.
Oh yeah, I know, but now we're talking about you specifically. Where I think that you should either handle it in a not shooting way, or you just walk away. And if you walk away then, and there is no one else on the scene, that's on all the other officers, and not on you. That's my point. Because you felt like you couldn't walk away, right? Because then they would have bitched about you not being there and you letting them go.
Correct.
I am now saying that I don't care about that. I'd rather have you walk away and not shoot them than you shooting them and getting in problems because of that.
You know? Beggars can't be choosers at that point.
Exactly. It's one way or another, and I think we'd rather have you just walk away than basically in-city murder someone, right?
That's why I want to talk to Shank about situations like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, if you think about it honestly, no RP, right from the point when they did that to now, there's no RP. There's none. At that point, it's targeting and attacking me from a personal level and not a in-city level. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it. I really get it, and that's why we are, not firing you, but suspending you, and also Wilson just answered, we are also demoting you.
Do you have to post it?
No, I'm not gonna post it.
That'd be great. I don't want to deal with a million questions.
Yeah, you can just wear what you're wearing right now because it's the same colors. Here's the deal. If I see you,
ultimate difference.
That's fair. If I see that you're stepping it up in terms of a lot of trainings, helping people,
which I've been doing, which shitty enough, people haven't really been giving me the credibility in putting my name in there. I've been, not 9 times out of the 10, I said this to John myself as well, that, I may not be there the ones to initiate said training, but I am one who goes into the training. If somebody is at LSIA doing a training, I will just show up and I will then give them tips and tricks and help them out, but my name doesn't get put on that list ever, so.
Okay, make sure that they do. Even if you just react under it yourself that you were part of it, people need to write down everyone that is part of it. Doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter, they just need to put it in.
That would be Flipendo.
Because we can't
tried.
Yeah,
Up near the captain's office, I think was the last time I saw him.
We cannot see what you're doing if you're not part of it, right?
Well, I mean, I guess I can just type right after the fact. It just seemed like it was a fucked up thing to do, and I just ignored it at that point. But like I said, though, I do in a way butt into trainings, but
just send me a message. I'm fine with that too, because I can see your point that it's a bit weird.
Day in the lobby.
Is there still body cam going off?
Huh?
Oh, sorry. Just send it to me because I kind of see how you mean it. Yo, what's up?
Everyone can hear that. Wherever the hell that cam is coming out from.
Yeah, you left it running.
That thing was.
Why didn't it stop after it being done?
It was freeze framed for me, and I couldn't see it.
It's literally it ended.
That thing was so loud, everybody heard it downstairs.
What's poppin'? Yo, what's good?
Okay, but I think that we, we understand each other hopefully now. And I truly understand your point of view.
I mean, something I mean,
I mean, if and
better
here's the
choice
thing,
luxury,
I
I
don't like
guess.
throwing people under the bus, but I've been ignored for months.
Yeah.
And that can go against everybody. Like I said to you guys, I body cam everything that I can.
And for all
The
those
thing is
times.
just that in that matters, your name keeps popping up from time to time in a bad way, and that's holding you back. And you need to try to keep calm in all
Blocking
situations.
incoming EMS calls.
For example,
I'm gonna
that
crash
situation
out.
where we did the training communication thing, that was just a very bad
Dear
thing on your
diary.
part, right?
EMS calls me more than my own wife does.
And
Yeah, like I said, that's
on the end of the
that's
day,
something I took accountability for. But
yeah,
like
but
I said, though, the crappy thing was is that even talking about it now, I wasn't
Yeah,
the
go for
first person
EMS.
who shot. I'm the one who downed her, but I'm not the one who. I
10-4
wasn't the
route.
first initiating person who shot. Mind you, I was mainly there, kind of like, what the fuck's going on.
yeah,
I
but
tried to explain that as well.
the
but
point
it
more
was the
there
fact
is
that I downed her.
situations like that. It will keep everyone will keep remembering that, especially in the top, for a while. Even if they say they don't, it's just human, right? If I do something against you like that, you will also remember it. Well, maybe not that thing necessarily, just an example, and I think that's a bit the issue here. And yes, I don't think it's fully because of yourself, but you just have a not necessarily bad name in UPD, but I think you get what I mean, right?
I mean, when you take it to the fact of the matter that my whole character is, like I said, I'm not a dick when I'm out of city, and I try not to be a dick when I'm in city. It's two different things.
Yeah, go for
My
EMS.
whole character derivative, right, of Ali Hart.
Going to Ulu Cafe for
the
Secret
person
Service.
who inspired me to be a cop was Billy Bronson. He was the one who actually did take me under his wing when I first got hired. He showed me the ropes. He was there for a lot. And Ali Hart's whole derivative is to be like Billy Bronson. And the thing about it is that people don't like that. People find it repulsive or a pain in the ass or whatever the case may be. But over the past couple of months, people have, just learned to live with it due to the fact that I do not like being a robot. I like to speak my opinion to people. I tell them how I feel about it, and I tell everybody how, what they should hear instead of what they want to hear. And that's something that a lot of people get misconstrued and dislike, which is crazy because I'll tell you right now, anybody that's under a captain level, everybody is a quiet little being that acts like a robot. It's literally like a robot. And the shitty thing that comes into play with that is that people.
I'm about to fly out until you're done with this conversation. I can't do my job when you're talking.
Sorry. People look at it as oh, you're just being a dick or whatever, but it's not.
Well, I do think that UPD changed a lot, and I think that people understand shit more now, in a good
Shit, I
way.
got guns. Hold on. I'm searching.
But the fact of the matter is also still that the people on the top, which is a normal thing, will remember things more than people below you, right? Because the top changes less as the people below. And that is holding you
I
back.
want a cool gun too. I don't even own a gun.
But
Oh my god, it's PD guns.
I do think that if you step it up and you show us and you make sure that we know that you can become a lieutenant and maybe one day a captain.
Like I said, I was ignored a position when I was busting my ass, and I have a VOD clearly stating from Corleone that I don't do enough.
Chloe, I need a gun.
I mean, prove him wrong.
I need a gun.
I did prove him wrong, and
do it again.
It was ignored.
Do it again. The leadership changed.
I would never.
You know as well as me that old LSPD, it's a whole different LSPD now in my eyes. And I'm not saying because
I know,
of
and I'm saying to you that because mind you, it was a conversation that was with Bronson and Corleone, which obviously I can't use in city or anything like that, but I'm just saying that they were talking in the old Sacco building and said to me that I did not, or said about me and said that I don't do enough. The shitty thing was, is as he was literally saying that, I was training somebody. That's where the shitty thing comes into play. So it looked like my shit was just ignored of what I was doing.
Uh-huh. Just from now on, send, if you do training and they don't put you in it, just send it to me. Send all your body cam to me. I will not ignore you because I know what
Chloe,
you're
can I
worth.
buy one off you too?
I mean, I've been ignored for months, but at the same time, I hate to say it, but any other person would have left by now and
I mean-
probably just become a criminal.
That's fair. That's fair. So I want to work with you and get you to the point where you belong in my eyes. And I'm not gonna lie, it will be a challenge, not because of you, but you know how people look to it.
Well, I'm stuck again for another month in another rank, so it doesn't even matter. I gotta sit here for a pointless month, and promotions can't happen when somebody is striked. None of that can work.
Well,
So-
I can change the message that it says that in 2 weeks you can be promoted. It's
That
still
strike, that other prior strike needs to be removed.
Hi, Dad. Let me see.
other one is gone.
Which, like I said, I tried to talk to Corleone about it as well, but I get rightfully ignored. So
I'm gonna repost your
Pazos
strike
is open.
so that I can put in that
Wait, no, that's
in 2
servicing
weeks
my
you can be
deepest
promoted again.
responsibilities.
well, even then, like I said, 2 weeks. It's still the same. It's still the same outcome. You know what I mean? It's still that something comes into play that I cannot. I can't. You got to look at it in one way, right? I do my best for the department as best as I can, right? And situations like these do come up.
Is Lawson considered a dealership?
The shitty thing that comes into play is that
It is?
when
No.
it comes to trying to explain it to
I just need
somebody
a car.
and trying to get help and not getting help, that's the main problem. And I mean, shit, I've been stuck as a sergeant for God knows how long. I think I've been a sergeant since July.
Yeah,
I've literally been stuck. I've literally been stuck as a sergeant from July, and you can't sit here and tell me, oh, it's because you have all these you've had all these active
You have an
strikes,
addiction.
and this is now another suspension. No, it's not. That's not right. The last time I was promoted was fuck all long ago, 820. But that was when that's when I got demoted. This doesn't say demotion.
Well, yeah, but it still
if-
comes down
if-
to the same thing, right? You became a sergeant the 20th of the 8th month, so that's 3 months ago.
Let me show you something. And it will make a little bit more sense.
Bitch.
Alley Heart. Probably where I can find it best. I have to go through my clock ins and outs. Hold on. This is the strike. I was demoted. This is when I got here. So
What happened?
right here, I was promoted. Oh, I guess it was August. Sorry. So no, 8/21 was when I was promoted from
Yeah, I
sergeant
hear
to
you, but
lieutenant.
where?
And then I was
Oh,
demoted.
you want me to go to PDM?
Let me see. You can just
Okay, I'll go.
understand where I kind of give up with rank. I had gotten demoted. I don't remember where it was, but I was demoted like, I don't know, a week later for something completely unrelated to anything that I've done in the past
Come
like
on.
2 months. That was when I got demoted for, I think it was telling, no, that was something beforehand, but whatever. I was put as a lieutenant and
10-4.
then almost instantly removed in the same month in August. So from then to now,
Headache, holy.
that's still roughly almost a 3-month difference. I don't care about my rank. I've said that to you guys. I've said it to people that ask me about it. I just don't care about my rank. I'm there to have fun. And if somebody's gonna sit there and diminish my fun and call me all these slurs and names and shit like that, I've said to y'all from the very beginning, I will stand my ground, because the fact of the matter is that there's a level of an embodiment that I cannot control. That is 100% true. But at the same time, to get that breakaway silence to not have to hear it is better than nothing at all. And that's where, when that first announcement got published,
You're okay.
I agreed with it, and I also disliked it at the same time, because it doesn't really give the people in, say, for example, my position, any form of defense for themselves. And then when we run away, we get shit talked in the process. That's the problem. That's why when I told Corleone about it to start, I don't agree with it. Because there's two ways. It's a two-way road, it's not a one-way.
And 4.
I'm gonna go. But just remember, send me all the body cam, send me when you're doing training and you're not mentioned. And in 2 weeks we will make sure that you
I hate this car.
2 to 3 weeks we will make sure you're back as sergeant.
That's fine.
No promises though, because you know how it is, but I will fight for you.
In the Mega Mall parking lot?
Granted that you don't do stupid shit anymore.
Well, granted that I wish people actually looked into the fact when I got striked and stuff like that due to the Alonzo problem. I wish people actually looked into it like they should do, but they didn't. All of you guys just went in a voting algorithm and tried to get me fired, which none of you looked at the body cam properly.
And it got
They're probably
recorded.
dead,
And we
hold on.
learned from that. Like last
yeah,
time,
and I'm
last time
saying,
they
like-
didn't listen to you. This time I did.
That's the thing where it comes into play, where it's like you ask of a problem and it gets thrown onto me, and I'm trying to explain it, and I'm telling
Purple's
you
my
what you're
favorite
saying is
color.
wrong. It's like, why
like it.
try? What's the point in even trying at that point?
Well, you tried now and you didn't get fired. Meaning
Yeah,
that
Wait, what did you want me to do? I'm
I
sorry, I have Allie in my
literally
ear.
sat in here and raised my voice to explain my side.
and meaning I
Huh?
listened. So I think that's something that should count.
Okay. Alright, bye.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
No,
I'm
no, no,
just
but
saying I
I-
wish it was like that sooner.
He
I
said
get
to
that.
transfer it over to me and then he'll send you the money for it.
But I'm gonna go now.
Now, have fun being an angel. Why do you have respray kits?
No,
in your
PDM,
wallet?
you said?
I'm gonna fly out.
You have fun
Back
with
up.
that.
Illusion Squares Code 4.
Tem caçapa.